Hacked. This live is titled Hacked. Always lands on her feet. Alright, I gotta grab some cards and then we're gonna get started with this. I gotta figure out, like, this is my first time using this new podium, like, tripod thing I bought from Walmart to record one of these, so. Yeah, I'm just grabbing my stuffs. I'm just grabbing my stuffs. I also got this new fan thing. Like, I was in like a situation stuff and then I bought it for the person I was talking to, but then like literally just today I blocked them, but then I went and checked the mail and then it was here. So I guess it's mine now. I gotta stop buying things for people who literally don't care about me. But I'm not mad that I bought it, like, you know. Yeah. High-speed waist fan. Hopefully it's got a charge because it's kind of hot in here. I know I'm like wearing not summer clothes, but woohoo! Can I turn this up? How do I turn it up? But it has like a USB port. It's like a portable charger and a fan, dude. And I bought this for some random blue collar guy who literally doesn't care if I live or die. I'm just too nice. Okay, anyways. I wanna turn it off just in case it's fucking with the sound. Oh, so you turn it up by pressing the on button. Let's see how high it can go. Wow, that guy really messed up because that would probably be a great tool. Am I right? Okay, anyways. This is a reading about like being spiritually hacked. And I was thinking to myself like recently, because I haven't really like known what to say to people like in a while. In a while, because I feel like I just don't know exactly like what I'm supposed to be saying, and I don't like to just say stuff if I don't have anything to say, you know. And I think I've been like needing to live through things so that I would know what to say. Like I'm fighting my own demons, you know. Like my demons have been demanding my attention. But yeah, I'm coming here today because I think like I don't know. I think today could be a good day to record some stuff. Dude, I can't do shit if you're doing that though. That's the last time. So I'm gonna use like my ancestral deck and we're gonna just kind of peruse through this energy. Take our time with it. This is my first reading in a while, like long form anyways, so it doesn't have to be anything other than what it needs to be. So I'm kind of getting this energy of like needing to take the pressure off of doing things or being like whoever you are right now. Like, it might sound like weird and backwards, but I've been feeling like I've been called to give like weird and backwards advice recently to people who have like weird and backwards lives. But if you're like losing access to your social media, like people are trying to like hack you, like take your identity, ask yourself maybe if it's time for you to like find a new identity. It's kind of like where I've been right now in my life. It's like, you know, I used to be like tarot reader, you know, like I was good girl who does good things. Um, People need me. I give advice. I'm like morally upright, you know. Nobody could really point at anything that I do and be like, you're a bad guy. Because I just really didn't do anything particularly bad or even controversial or, you know. And then I found myself like in life kind of being, like, I don't want to say like shitted on, but like it just was really hard for me to continue being that like nice version of myself, like the ideal version of myself. Like I just found that I couldn't. So this could be like some kind of arc in your life, right? Like when you yourself are just kind of changing, like your identity could be like, you know, darkening, like I just mentioned. Like I bought this little tool for somebody who I felt like could use it, and then they disrespected me to the point where like now I don't want to give them the tool anymore. You know? Like, there could be things like that happen that make you question your identity, like trust, like betrayal, right? Like I even recently had to sit down with my sister, and like she basically told me like I don't think our relationship will ever be the same anymore. Like, you know, like it was like tough shit to hear, you know. So there could just be some stuff going on where you need to be honest with yourself about who you are and how you've changed and how that kind of sets you up to be on particular like courses of like action, or like, you know, like I was just on vacation and like I was in a lazy river, you know, like you don't really have to do any like thinking about what direction you're headed in because there's a current that's kind of pushing you. So if you're like in this position in the current where you're like, well, you know, I like before, like it's the beginning of a journey. Sad Squirrel too. I'll show them to you outright so you can see. It's the beginning of a journey, but it feels like shit. Like why, if I'm like, you know, on a journey, like why couldn't it have started off on the right foot? But maybe it wasn't meant to. Like you could have this idea of like how the beginning of this next chapter of your life should have looked or could have looked or you wanted it to look, and it's not really going that way, and you could feel some type of way about the fact that like, you know, things just aren't really going your way right now. But that's why I'm like kind of asking, and if not me, it's like, you know, this energy is kind of asking you to like kind of be aware of yourself a little bit more. Like, who are you? What possibilities could still be opening up even in the present moment as it relates to like all of this confusion in your life, possibly? Yeah, happy squirrel. Like it's kind of like you need to look for what the brighter side is. Mr. Brightside is a song. I can't even think of how that song goes. I just know that that's the title of a song. If you played it, I probably would like remember. Oh my gosh, Lisa, hey, I'm inspiring to you. That makes me feel good because I was questioning whether or not I'm cute. I mean anything at all. But the Ten of Cups is here. So like, I think like, you know, coming back to even my platform has been kind of scary because like I don't know if I'm like always doing what I'm supposed to do on here. You know, like when I started this, I was like 18 years old, and it was like it felt like, you know, therapy. Like I don't know, but I don't know if I'm still good anymore. I had like this really big like battle with myself and like my own mind about like whether or not I'm still good enough of a person to like do this. Cause I just feel like sometimes I'm not. And then I feel like, you know, I'll try to like do this leadership role. I didn't get to see that little note, but I'll try to like be in this leadership role. I'll try to like connect with people, and then people who can see me and how damaged I am, like in my flaw, will like reject me, which is just like really not productive for me, like mentally, and wanting to continue to reach out. Like it's really hard for me to feel rejection. It's really hard for me to feel like, you know, the vulnerability that I allow for, because I could easily just like not be vulnerable ever. Like I don't have to make like any of this content. Like this is like me living in my purpose and my role. Like, you know, like I have a job, and I didn't even have to get that job. I could have easily just continued to exist here with no purpose. Like I don't have to work, but like I want to. You know, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, what do your ancestors want you to know, Jesse, about what's going on in your life right now? What guidance is trying to come through for you? Yeah, Five of Cups. Chamber of Reflection, like Mac DeMarco kind of vibes. Like you might be feeling yourself in like this sad boy energy, but that's not all bad. Like you're looking in the mirror. I was looking in the mirror a lot on vacation. Like I don't know what it was, but I was looking at myself and I was kind of just like seeing who I am. And like sometimes you'll find yourself in a position that you don't feel comfortable in or you don't really like, but then you can also realize how you put yourself there. Like what you could have done, even to someone else, that makes this alternate form of inconvenience make sense. And if you're like moving through your life like that, it might be easier for you to accept when the universe, when God, you know, whatever, is punishing you. Because like we can't avoid punishment. Like, you know, there is a limitation. Like, I was actually with some of my family, like I'll call them my cousins because I've known them for like forever. And they have like this baby, a baby girl, and she's like 3 years old, and she was throwing a tantrum, and then her mom like gave her like a chance, and then like she didn't listen, and then she got taken inside to get like you know, to get like spanked a little bit. And then me and my sister were just like, yeah, you know, like there's a limit for everything and for everyone. So like you might not even realize some of the things that you maybe could have been doing that could require you to be put into a certain kind of position to be like made into someone who's more empathetic for other situations. Like even the things that you do to people that you maybe discounted the importance of before. Because like this whole problem that you're having right now is like identity theft, right? Like you're feeling like people are coming in on you and on what belongs to you, and they're taking from you. Yeah. So maybe this is a time for you to like kind of invite yourself into reflection and kind of like ask yourself, how could I maybe have done this to someone else? Or if I did and I know that I did, you know, how can I start to be different, you know, if you choose to? My cat hurts me sometimes. But I know why she does it, and I'm kind of glad that she does it. Like, this is the little piece of evil in the world that, like, is closest to me, can actually hurt me. And then she does it to, like, an extent that actually, even if I don't like it, I feel like I kind of need it. And I'll put her right back on me, even after she hurts me. Because I love my little cat. Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, like you're not gonna be allowed to move through like an energy of dysfunction until you realize why that dysfunction exists. Like you're gonna be kind of made to like become aware of everything that's going on in the situation and not just like what's uncomfortable about it for you right now. You know? I'm kind of wondering if there's some kind of situation where you could have hurt someone. And I hope, like, you know, I'm not just like when you're watching this, if you are, like, it doesn't really seem like I'm just like reaching, because I haven't really pulled any cards yet, but I am kind of getting this like you're not the only one who's involved in the situation, and if you are kind of feeling like, ugh, like this could have like actually ended up being the universe's way of like flipping some of the energy that you've put out onto you again. And I'm thinking of that German word, Schadenfreude, which is like when you enjoy the suffering of someone else. So, yeah, like if you've ever been in a situation long time ago, not that long ago, when something like when you kind of got enjoyment from putting someone in a situation to feel hurt, scared, confused, like their identity was stolen, like their privacy was disrespected or anything like that. Or this could be a time when that same energy is kind of finding its way back to you, but you might be feeling like, well, this is such a big thing, so like how could this be proportionate? But that's why I feel like the empathy is there to kind of develop. For you to develop, because you may have been like operating in this like me land. And I hope I'm not like saying like I'm giving you a spanking, but maybe that is part of the reason why you came to me for this reading. And maybe that's part of the reason why it took a while for me to be able to like give it to you. Because maybe if I had like come to you with this information like in the beginning, you would have been like, oh my god, like I don't need to hear this from you right now. And I feel like if I am coming in to speak, it's like the world's like the last. This is the last major arcana in the deck, so it's like I'm just kind of coming in to conclude things that you've already kind of come to terms with the help of your own spiritual assistance. I know you have a cat, so your cat could have been helping you through some of this energy, and she could have even been like, yeah, like there's a little piece of something on her claw. She definitely scratched something. So you're like your spiritual guides in some kind of way could be involved in whatever's inconveniencing you right now. Mentally, emotionally, it's like a timeout. Like even yesterday, it was the last day of my vacation and I just got like stupid drunk. Stupid drunk. And then like I felt like absolute shit. And you know it's like that feeling of like when you're drunk you're like, wow, this feels awesome. Like I'm so happy that I'm doing this. Like, you know, like I'm on top of the world, like I'm invincible kind of a thing. And then once you hit that limit, there is like that wall and then it just stops being fun. Because now our body is rejecting like impurity, like whether it was like because the substance itself wasn't compatible or it's just like too much of that thing. It's like once your body starts to reject your own behavior, that kind of seems like what's going on here. It's like your body, your spiritual filters, you've reached a point where like you need to kind of be checked in some way. And it's not like a bad thing. It kind of just seems like redirection. Like you're just being redirected or like disciplined in some kind of way. So I mean, like this does feel like a time when you're encouraged to do that reflection, because this is the time for you to like kind of be solving these pieces of the puzzle for yourself. It's like how did I get here? How did this happen? How is this possible? And I may want to blame other people, but like, is it possible that this is a me thing? Could this be my fault in some way? Can I accept if this is my fault? Judgment, yeah. And these are opposite energies, Aries and Libra. So it feels like the key to recovery is submitting to the judgment that's been called, even if that means like you're going down now a path that you wouldn't have preferred for yourself, or you're being inconvenienced by having to make sacrifices that you wouldn't have chosen to. This is like, it feels like falling action from things that have happened before, and you're like, if you're looking at the situation and you're like not seeing how something has been building up to this, then that's all the more reason why you probably need to be doing that reflection on the past. Like, I was at my job at a bar the other day, and this guy was like, you know, just kind of like lingering in the bar. Like, he just didn't really want to go home, but he was like drunk, and he was talking about how he had lost like 3 phones in the past like 2 weeks. Like, he kept buying phones and then like losing them. And like, I don't know, I mean, I honestly don't know, like, I don't know him, so I don't really know like what that was. But he was always seemed like he was looking for something. Like, he couldn't really keep a hold on anything that belonged to him. I don't know. 2 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, especially if you know that you've like fucked anyone over recently, and they might have some kind of like secret powers or something like that. Yeah, like, if you okay, I was literally just watching iRobot, or not iRobot, Mr. Robot today. Like, I just started that series today. So you quite literally could have just like pissed off someone who has the means and ability to kind of fuck with you back in a way that you would have probably not anticipated. Like, I kind of relate to this because part of the reason why I had like a shadow ban on my account for a point in time was because I had like pissed off some people politically with things that I had to say. Like, I was advocating for like Palestine like really heavy last year, and then like my account just like it stopped. Like, I posted a video that got like over 100,000 views on it, and then after that, like, I started to get like no views. It's like, oh shit. Oh shit. And then I literally ended up having to like kind of give up on my Palestine hustle because like I just wasn't really making a lot of progress. Like, not that I wasn't making progress, like, I guess, like, you know, my voice mattered and things like that. It was just like in my mind I had to choose then between like, am I going to give up my entire direction for Palestine, or am I gonna like try to focus more on what my content was even before this problem began to exist, or I became aware of it? Which sounds like, you know, damn, is that a little selfish? Maybe. It's possible. But that's like where the self-reflection is coming in. Like, it's like, this is a time for you to just like know who you are and why you make the choices that you make. And like, I didn't want to make that choice, but I also didn't want to have to deal with the scrutiny of powers that are higher than me and all of the ways that they could use their position to kind of fuck with me, you know? So this could also be a time for you to like, you know, accurately assess your enemies and figure out whether or not they're worth having as enemies. Because in some kinds of ways, you could be a person who underestimates what you can't see. Like, what's not easy to see, you might feel is inconsequential because it hasn't materialized in your life yet as having any kind of consequence. Like, this kind of reminds me of like someone I had to deal with who like wanted to rage bait me with like racial slurs and like called me like, you know, every fucking thing in the book just to like see if they could rage bait me. And it didn't work, but then I ended up lighting a candle, and I took it with me. I didn't light it first. I took it with me on a walk to the graveyard, like in my town. And then I also brought an empty 9mm shell, and then I brought it to this one grave labeled Moon, like their last name was Moon, and I gave it to the moon, and then then I went back home and then I lit the candle. But like there could be something like going on here where like if, let's say for example, you're like that person and like you are feeling like whatever you're feeling one day, and then you go out and like kind of like attack someone else because you're like, well, this doesn't matter. It's fine for me to do this way and like vent out my anger this way because I can't literally see how this is gonna like cause me any kind of problem. That's where like that other side of the coin comes in with judgment and the devil in reverse. It's like there definitely is karma at play here. Like Saturn is a major planet here, and then my cat, like you can't see her, but she's like rubbing herself all over these cards. And like I literally have like a black hole of a cat. So like messing with me is like, it could be the end of the world for you. I've seen people suffer like serious consequences for fucking with me. And all I have to do is like send out my intention. Yeah. So you could, you know, or this could be a situation where like you also are aware of your power, right? Like you know that like, hey, a witchy guy with powers, and I can send out my witchy powers, and you've just been doing that too much. You know? Like whatever this thing is, like however you kind of have maybe like at some point gone off balance, the point is just to be aware of how you got off balance, what makes you likely to get off balance, and how you can kind of avoid being off balance again. And like there may not be any easy way back from whatever the consequence itself is. Like once you're like when you're drunk and you start getting that nauseated feeling, a lot of times there's not a lot of like clear ways back from that nauseated feeling. You just have to throw up. You know, like you have to like go through with reaching that limitation. So as far as like undoing what's been done, I just got an alarm that just went off. It's bring in plants, so I don't know what that means to any of you. But yeah, there may not be any clear way back from like whatever happened, but the point is to just not let yourself get off balance again. That way you don't have to suffer major consequences. Because I don't feel like this just happened to you for like no reason. Like somebody, like, there's like a cause and effect kind of going on here. It definitely seems like cause and effect. Okay, so let's try to see if I can tell you like what that cause was. And I'm gonna use a different deck for that part. I've even kind of been struggling like with some of my like relationships to people who have been in my life for like a long time, because I don't know, like maybe this is a me thing, but like I'm really sensitive. Right, I don't know if it's like just a right now thing or just like I've always been sensitive, and then people who have only known me as like someone that's easy to get along with come around, and then when we start to not get along, it's like, oh, I didn't know that that was going to be such a big deal to you, kind of a thing. but like I feel like in their heart they did know, which is kind of why they would have like attempted to piss me off. Like I'm the kind of person where like if you even attempt to piss me off, like fuck you, because I don't really just go around attempting to piss anybody off. Like, you know, I only piss people off when I like want to, pretty much. And if I ever did on accident, then like it probably really was just an accident, you know. So I don't really like. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so what was the cause? Like, what is the rising action here in this situation that Jesse is finding himself in? I'm seeing Virgo, the Hermit, and the Knight of Cups. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking about like a situationship that I used to be in. I don't know why. Maybe this is a situation where you or someone you were involved with like played someone else. Like, did you play them or did they play you? I don't know. Like, you could be dealing with some brujeria or like just like magic, like angry magic, basically. Angry, sad magic coming towards you, or you sending that out and it not really being like well directed at someone deserving. What's the cause of this situation for Jesse? 3 of Wands. She's laying on the cards again. Okay, I'll just start over here. Yeah, that's what I feel like you're being called to do. Like, Shadow Cat of Evil is on top of my workspace, so I'm just going to create a new workspace over here. And that's fine, because it's just what it needs to be right now. This is a crash out moment. Maybe even inspired by someone else. Like someone could have... Like someone in the comments today in the live chat. Yeah, they said you inspired me. Lisa. Like Lisa Simpson? Simpson? Like they could have... I don't know. Did you like play with someone's feelings or something like that? Yeah, you could have like mishandled someone. I don't know. Dude. You could have mishandled someone and these could just be the consequences of doing that. Like divinely guided consequences, which is part of the reason why you're having probably a difficult time like outsourcing a lot of support and fixing it, because your guides are like, yeah, like he needed this butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? So there's no easy way out of it. I felt I literally like just like this energy last night while I was throwing up until my throat literally hurt. So like not only was I throwing up and it sucked to throw up, but also like it hurt to throw up, but I had to throw up. You know, like I had to. Like I needed to, otherwise I was gonna keep being sick. But like, yeah, like it's just like one of those situations where you just went too far with something, and like now it's time to face up for what happened. Okay, I did too much here, and now this is what happens when I do too much here. Like, I just have to deal with this. Like, my cat is meowing into the closet. I literally feel like kind of sick now. Page of Wands. Oh, yeah, that's the cause. So what's the ending? Like, you know, where is this energy taking us? Dude, you're annoying. You're annoying. Three of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. Jeez. Five of Swords. It's like, ah. But this is the other side of that, where you could just like, hey now, don't dream it's over. Don't fight anything that's happening. Like, if like you don't want to hold the throat in, you just need to like let your body reject whatever this thing is, so that you can move on to the next thing where you don't have like these problems with whatever this thing is. Like, I was even like in a situationship. I kind of mentioned it before, maybe not the same one, but like another one. But basically, I started to see some like patterns of behavior that like I recognized, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. So I just blocked him. Like, I blocked him today. There could maybe even be room for like underneath this Empress energy before, with like the mishandling, there could even be like room for like making amends wherever that may make sense, with whomever that may make sense. If it's not a person, it could just be like I mean, even an aspect of yourself, you know, the more feminine aspect of yourself. Like, this could have been like, if you resonated with like, oh, when I get, yeah, the star, when I get like emotionally hurt, one of the ways that I like to like rejuvenate or like heal myself is through Schadenfreude. So I'll just like go out in the world and I'll kind of like hurt other people, and it kind of makes me feel better because then I'm the only person who's kind of hurting. But like, you know, I can be a part of the machine in the world that hurts people, and that makes me feel better about the pain that I'm experiencing. Or alternative route, you could be like, hey, I'm hurting, what do I need to not be hurt? And once I find that solution to my own problems, I can just move forward in the world feeling better about everything I've already experienced, because I know I can heal myself from it, and I don't need to like really stand on anybody's neck to do that. But you might have like, you know, just kind of grown up in an environment where like that's what people did. Like, I was around my cousins and they're like a little bit younger, and they have like a little bit like a sibling rivalry thing going on. And so whenever one of them kind of gets upset or like hurt about something, they'll just start to pick on the other siblings. Like, they'll just like find something to like kind of be mean about. Like, one of them like picked on her older brother for being a little bit like chubbier at the pool, which is like, you know, it sucks because like it's in front of everybody, and if he did have a body complex, now everybody's looking at his body. You know, it's that kind of a thing where it's like, you know, so I don't know if like you're the attacker or like you've experienced that, but like there's this thing about like finding a better way of responding to pain. Being very mindful to not displace that or like not move through it healthily, because I can relate to this in certain ways. Like, I've been drinking a lot more than I ever really have in my life. And I don't really know exactly why that is, because I didn't really have like a huge drinking problem before, but I reached a point today, like, or not today, but yesterday, when I like threw up like super hard and painfully. That made me feel like I didn't even want to like smoke. And I also haven't vaped since either. Like, I was on this like little like, dare I say, like a bender. Like, I just was ingesting and consuming and consuming and consuming and consuming. And I don't even know how much money I spent like on alcohol in the past like month. I've been like seriously like consuming. So yeah, you might just need to start to look at yourself and see yourself and decide how you're gonna keep moving forward based off of who you recognize yourself as being. If it's a version of you that you don't like, that you don't feel like is functional over the long term, even after being like kind of proven that it's not functional, you need to kind of like initiate a different way of being like now. Because in the other cards, the Six of Swords came out in the reverse. It's like we're stuck, we're not moving. Part of the cause for the situation is the need to put things into motion, to move forward, to kind of progress or grow in some kind of way mentally, emotionally. And that feels like something that's like possible when you allow yourself to feel bad about whatever happened and not avoid it or look for like any easy way out of it. Like there doesn't really seem like there is an easy way out of it. Yeah, it's like just, hey Bishop, like literally just looking at the situation and being like, so this is what it is now. Like this is just what it is. This is what it is. Can I accept this? Can I not accept this? What will happen if I don't accept this as being what it is? If this is what it is? What do I stand to gain from accepting this as it is, rather than resisting it? Because I've been, like I've mentioned, like I've been kind of in this energy of resistance to like some of the facts of my life. So I definitely can relate to some of this energy. Like you might notice yourself, and it's like right now I feel like you're encouraged to kind of catch yourself when you fall into an energy of resisting. Resisting what is and how things have turned out. This is my first ever tarot deck that I ever had. It's called The Fountain. And I took some time like to just, I don't know, dare I say meditate? I don't know if I call it meditation or whatever, but like I took a beach towel and outside of the like little apartment we were staying in at the Holiday Inn, there was like a really nice golf course like right in the backyard. And so I went and I just took the beach towel and I laid on it and then watched like this fountain in a pond that was across from it. So like I don't know, you could be getting some ideas near water. Like I don't know, like if you like get any good shower thinking in, or I'm thinking now sauna as well. I feel like there could be some more to come in terms of stability. Like you're not meant to be like moving out of this energy feeling unstable. Like there's something happening right now to make it make sense for you. Like even if what you're making sense of is not a good thing in some way, like quote unquote, there's something happening that gives you like justification or something. And that Queen of Cups is like, you know, you can have peace with the situation if you want to have peace with the situation. You don't have to resist how this situation is turning out. You can accept that you're on a lazy river ride. You can submit to that lazy river. I had an ex who had like a literal lazy eye, and I thought about that because I have like I don't know if you can see, but there's like a mark on my eye, like kind of like the Sharingan from like Naruto. It's like I had to sacrifice something uh, to be where I am. And it's like, you know, this is like kind of something that just comes along with being positioned how I am in the world. Which we saw the Empress before, so it's like you could have some kind of status in the world. And there could just be things that go along with having that status in the world. Eight of Coins. So something's literally being built up. And like you losing your previous identity, you could be feeling like, oh my god, I love that identity, like I was attached to it, I still want to have it, I still want to keep it. It makes me feel like more comfortable about like who I am, to know at least that I used to be this version of myself. Like that's a lot of the reason why I still have like old pictures of myself on my like Instagram and like social medias, because like I like to remember myself as like a person who like was like who was good, you know, like I still have like this Black Lives Matter like protests like poster I took out in the city of Charlotte, and like I protested shit when I was a kid growing up, and I used to have like an afro, you know, like I used to be a thing that I really liked, you know, and I'm just no longer that thing, and like, you know, it kind of sucks to not be that thing anymore sometimes, but then I'm also like, you know, I feel really cool as the thing that I am now sometimes when I'm not like overwhelmed by dread. But that's the thing about this like overwhelmed by dread thing. It's like I think there's like some kind of natural like aspect of like, you know, the more powerful I become, you know, the more noticeable my impact probably can be, or like is, or the more I kind of struggle with what it takes to change and evolve and grow. Um, like I'm thinking of a snake like shedding its skin, like, you know, I literally have that tatted on me. So it's like the molting process right now could be a little uncomfortable, like maybe, and that's what I was thinking about, like, you know, like becoming aware of yourself like in this like transition period, because like maybe you need more humidity in your tank. Like for me, I need less alcohol probably right now, so like I need less like humidity in my tank to shed this skin. But like whatever it is for you, like you, like this is the time for you to be like, well, what would make this process of building easier for me so that I'm not completely overwhelmed by whatever the fuck is required for me to like change and evolve and become the next thing. Like what adjustments do I need to make, not only like physically but maybe like mentality wise, or like emotionally? What could I use? What's like the missing piece here to me finishing up whatever I'm working through right now? What does this structure need to be more stable? The Hermit in reverse, more Virgo energy. This kind of feels like coming out of like the dark. My nose is like, the Two of Cups is here. Cody, I know he's around here. I can feel it in my nuggets. Yeah. My cat is overlaying by my diary, and my dog is laying on his little indestructible toy. Okay, so that could be a thing here. Like, you might need to draw some inspiration from your outside surroundings for like clues about what these little final missing touches could be. There could be some like important relationships that need something from you right now. Even if that's just a relationship with yourself. So acceptance for yourself, awareness of yourself. But like, you know, whatever you're going through right now, it feels like you're in a a stage of a journey, you know? So, like, once again, no real easy way out of whatever uncomfortable position you may have recently found yourself in. Like, if you lost, like, my person, I frequently refer to him as my person. Like, he had, like, I think 10,000 on TikTok, and then one day his account got banned. I don't know what he did to deserve that. He might have actually deserved it. I don't really see him complaining a lot about it, so it makes me feel like he probably did. But he just made another account, and now I think he's at 3,000 right now. So, like, you know, it's whatever you might have lost. You know, it's recoverable. It just may require taking on another leg of a journey. But then it's like, you know, I already know what to do with this. Like, you know, my system, my body, I already have the confidence that I am capable of achieving a thing. I may just need to do it again. And this time do it different or better, or not different or better, but just like more functionally or sustainably. Like that's the stability thing. It's like what was missing before that I need to incorporate this time, and how do I make sure that that gets added into the mixture of functionality, the Virgo energy? Like, how do I just make sure this is functional? A lot of like earthy practical energy coming through, and like the guidance on how to like keep your shit. And you're not meant to be like losing your passion. You're not. This is a Aries cat. You might, I mean, the Empress keeps coming out, dude. You might feel like you've lost your passion. You might feel like, you know, this is a person that's involved in any kind of way. That person's lost their passion towards you. I don't know that's really true. Two of Swords. Like, someone, if not both of you, could just have like a lot on your mind, you know? Think of that Cardi song snippet. It's like, I got a lot of my mind. She got a lot of her mind. I'm not going out tonight. I just want to be in my room. I just want to be in my room. Like, you don't have to do too much right now. This could just be like the recovery period. We have the star over here. And part of the recovery is like, where did I fuck up? Where did I go right? Understanding that I fucked up over there. Can I put my pride aside to keep moving forward over here? Where my happiness exists, or where I feel like my happiness exists? Because you might have to put your pride to the side in certain situations or contexts. Like, you know, some of these things that, you know, you want require the fact that you can see yourself as not a complete victim or a complete villain. It's like understanding where that nuance exists for yourself and for everyone, everything that was involved before or now, currently. Queen of Swords. Like, a lot of this advice is just to think and become grounded. Three of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, the Devil in reverse. The Devil's come out in reverse twice, which I like because it makes me feel like you're not stuck. Two of Cups. This does involve like any kind of relationship with another person, like a soulmate in any kind of way. Like, those relationships, even if damaged, probably are not as fixed in that place of damage as you might think. Either because you're just in the right now with it, or because something could be changing outside of your control once again. You may not be able to predict how certain things will be changing for you or for other people in your life. And so there could just be a need to have more patience and like acceptance even for instability in some of these relationships. I'm saying relationships, it doesn't have to be another person, right? I mean, like, your social media thing could be like a relationship. Like, your relationship with your public image could be something that you need to think about. Like, I just talked about how I've been struggling to kind of like be in my role on this platform because like I don't always feel like the person I feel like I should be in order to be respectable as a leader of people. Yeah. And so when I feel like I'm in an energy that's not as respectable, then I just won't show up because I'm kind of committed to like people seeing me as someone respectable, I guess. So it just creates this need to kind of like compartmentalize different versions of myself instead of having like maybe the most acceptance for everything that I am all in one. Because it's like hard for me to be everything that I am all in one and be seen as that all the time. So yeah, this is the reflection kind of energy I think you're gonna be like maneuvering through. Where like not only are other people like really seeing you, but like you're also really seeing yourself, and that not always being super comfortable because you're just not gonna be able to always have control over everything all the time. So yeah, I hope that I said something in this video that made you feel like you had a better understanding, or at least at peace with what's going on. I'm probably gonna make another one of these videos tonight, maybe, I don't know. But thank you for booking this, and I'll see you in the next one.